seeing in front of me right now is no ordinary crab cake. When I get over to the table, I really want to show you exactly how large they are. 8 ounces each. If you think about your classic 3 to 4 ounce crab cake and you double it, that is the size of this single giant colossal crab cake that we have for you from the Great Gourmet. And this is a brand that's been coming to QVC for several years now. And I love the recipe because it's that traditional Maryland style recipe. And Kim Scott, the founder of this brand, really grew up off the coast of Maryland. And so she really stays true to her roots. Richard Roman is joining us to tell us more about this delicious crab cake. Hello, sir.
Great to see
you. It's
nice
to see you too. So I remember we had these on the air. Was it only the once before?
Twice.
Two other times. This has actually been nominated for Best Crab Cake this year for our Customer Choice Awards. 8 ounces is something you couldn't even find in the highest end of white tablecloth restaurants. Right. It's the biggest crab cake we have. It's the biggest crab cake Great Gourmet does. This is exceptional.
Yeah, and I wanted to show you side by side. Here is a 4 ounce crab cake. Here is the 8 ounce Colossal. Again, the largest crab cake here on QVC. And you said it before, Kim Scott is from the Eastern Shore of Maryland. Great Gourmet is all about sourcing those amazing ingredients. And you know, if there's one thing the Eastern Shore of Maryland knows, it's great crab cake. In fact, look at the size.
It's a lot. It's a lot of great crab cakes. Like this is, look at this. It is enormous. So if you have people in your household that have larger appetites, you know, and they're always going for 2 crab cakes, this is just such a great idea because not only are crab cakes, I think, one of those more elegant options during the holiday season, but when you see a crab cake of this size, the person that's coming to your home will absolutely know that you pulled out all the stops. So we do have 2 choices. You can go for the set of 8. Or you can do all of them and go for the set of 16. We have a buy more, save more of $32 on the set of 16. So instead of just doubling the price, we took $32 away from that by bundling them together in the single offer. But what I do need to let you know too, is this is on 5 easy payments because I know that this is a little more of a considered purchase when it comes to food because it is really elegant. So grab those easy pays. No auto delivery is available, and that's important because if our ship dates sell out, I make no guarantees about us being able to secure it to get any more.
And you know what, Sharon, look at, I'm breaking this apart on the plate. In fact, it doesn't really barely fit on the plate because it's a full 8 ounces, but it's just exploding with crab meat. What I love about this recipe, it is that classic Maryland crab cake, okay? It's got just enough of that base seasoning, just a touch of yogurt to sweeten, giving that little bit of moist texture on the inside.
I agree, it's moist.
But the one thing I love, it's a cleaner recipe. It doesn't overpower the crab. You know, when you have such a great star ingredient, you don't want to mask it with too many spices. And to me, this just gives you that great balance. And to your point, a full 8 ounces, this is a half-pound crab cake.
It is a half-pound crab cake.
Think about that.
When you get a traditional crab cake at a restaurant, it's probably between 3 and 4 ounces.
Yep.
You're doubling that to get the size of what we have here. And so on the plate, it really is a plate filler. This truly is the center of the plate, and I love this. What is this here?
Oh, this is just a little bit of a tomato coulis with a corn relish. So again, just think about it. If you go out to dinner to a restaurant, first of all, like you said, you won't get an 8 ounce crab cake.
No, you'll never find one.
This would be a $45 entree in a restaurant. So
I don't doubt that.
Bring 4 people over to the house. Think about that. Instead of spending a couple $100 on dinner, you can actually present this amazing 8 ounce crab cake, but also that delicious classic Maryland crab cake, that beautiful fine dining result that you would have to go to a 5-star restaurant.
And you know what, before we talk about any other recipes, I do need to let you know some of what we have in the show is available immediately. This is one of them. However, if you want that immediate shipment in the set of 16 where we have our best value in the buy more, save more, there's fewer than 12. You heard it, 12.
Wow.
Sometimes people say 1 dozen, but I think when I say 12, it kind of makes a lot of sense to you if you're watching it at home. And with all of our food, just in case you're new to us, our shipping and handling is always included, which I think is incredible because especially when you're bringing something as elegant and white tablecloth as this home, you could end up with a huge bill at the end when you check out because it has to ship frozen and it's second day and all of this, but that's already in the price that we're talking about, so it's delivered for that experience. We've got Deborah from Pennsylvania who's going to be chatting with us today. Deborah, this is Richard and my name is Sharon. How are you?
Hi, Richard and Sharon.
Hi, Deborah.
How are you?
We're great. So do you have a story about Great Gourmet? Is this your first time trying these particular crab cakes?
It is the first time, but I love seafood, and I bought steaks and lobster and crab, and
oh my word! So you're going with the easy pay today, I guess.
And everything, so I'm all set.
I'm thrilled to hear that we're taking care of some of your shopping needs when it comes to your food. But may I ask, so you got the split lobster tails that we just had on the air also?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
When you serve these crab cakes, Deborah, will you just be are you getting them right away, or are you reserving them for the holiday
I am,
season?
but I probably will freeze some of them.
Yes. Okay,
So and same with the lobster tail. And the steaks will be shipped in December, so it's kind of, you know, an overlap.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about getting some of these foods immediately, is that you get a chance to maybe pull one out and bake it off and try it, and then you know what you'll be serving your guests for the holiday season.
And I had the chicken too, so I have that too. Yeah.
Well,
so
Deborah, we would love to know what your thoughts are. I hope you enjoy them, and I want to thank you for the call.
Oh, thank you so much.
You have a wonderful day.
Okay, thank you. You too.
Thanks, Deborah.
Bye-bye. You know what? Deborah's trying these for the very first time. Hold on one second.
Sure.
We're getting limited.
Okay.
In the immediate ship week, the 8 count only. The 16 is now gone, but in the 8 count, we only have 5 dozen remaining. Now, in November, fewer than 2 dozen in the 8 count, fewer than 2 dozen in the 16 count. In December, 3 dozen in the 8 count, 2 dozen in the 16 count. So now that you realize truly how limited we are for the build to, ship to, and everything else, I would just grab the Easy Pay and secure your order. This is the size difference between, which size is this?
This is a 4 ounces, this is 8 ounces. And you know what, again, when you're getting an 8-ounce crab cake, people always want, when you have a great crab cake, you always are wanting for more. Well,
You're
now you
so
can serve
right.
a full entree. And here's a great thing that Deborah mentioned. They come frozen, so if you want to just take 1 or 2 out of the resealable bag, you can take 1 or 2 out and thaw to use, or you can take all 4 or 8, however many you want to take out at once.
So here's my question. It is a large crab cake.
Yes.
What does that mean for our cooking times? How do we prepare this the optimal way?
So the optimal way for me is you want to heat the oven to about 425, okay? Because I like a hot oven because you get that outside exterior, gets a little bit of crust.
Right.
If you thaw this out and you cook it from thawed, about 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
I always tell people everybody's oven varies a little bit in temperature.
Right.
Just kind of keep an eye on it. Once you see that golden brown exterior, it's ready to go.
And you know what? As one who has actually prepared the Great Gourmet crab cakes in the past, I will tell you my preferred way of doing it is to not thaw it. I love to do it from frozen because then I don't have to worry about flipping it or falling apart or anything else, because really there's so much crab meat in here. I would want it to just cook from frozen to get that crust to hold the whole thing together. So here's where we are with these. Immediate, because completely sold out for the 8 and the 16 count in November. We have 1 dozen in the 16 count only. The 8 count is gone. In December, we have a dozen in both 8 and 16, and that's it. So this may be another one of those because it's so unique. Good luck finding an 8 ounce, a half-pound crab cake anywhere else. Your featured price, $132 or $232, but my suggestion is do that, buy more, save more, and get that 5 easy payments, because this is the largest crab cake we've ever offered and Great Gourmet has ever offered. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Sharon.
Nice to see you.
Okay, Richard, you go around that camera right there,
It's a
Mr. Roman.
logistical nightmare, David.
You're already in vacation mode, aren't you? Going to meet your family at the beach now, aren't you? Yeah. All right. I could hear the ocean just looking at you.